Good morning everyone, it's Joker, and today we're back with another slime video. This time, we are finally clearing the Orc of Disaster Extreme Conquest with 3 stars. Going back to these Extreme Conquest clears, this one took a while, and I had to go make up some 6-star weapons for Gazel and Shuna, which we haven't hit the light meta yet, so I'm sure that it's not a complete waste. But as you can see, we're starting in because this was one of many attempts here, and I'm wasting no time. We got a really good hand on the first draw. We got 4 blue and 2 orange, so we brought Light Shuna in from the back line to change those to a whole hand of blue. Obviously, Light Shuna is actually probably the bigger damage dealer here than Gazel because she's magic damage. And then Gazel, obviously. And then Beretta for orb changing. And then on the back line is Windmillum and Space Rimuru. And I love counters. Gotta mention it every single video, I love counters. Thank you so much. We're running Veldora Protector though, so we're not running Romrus, we're not running another light leader. And this is just for the point increase and the extra ult damage. Because we want to have enough points to do a whole bunch of different buffs here. So with that whole hand of blue, we're able to get a Veldora protection skill right off the bat on turn 2. And RNG has blessed us again with a pretty good hand of Gazel cards. So one of them's nerfed, but whatever, we'll go ahead and burn it anyways. I think I did this in the Discord before anyone else came in. So I didn't have anyone helping me, it just sometimes the turns take me a little bit. And because I don't want to mess it up. So we took the stun on turn 3 because I didn't want to burn any more points that I have to, and honestly, this hand is pretty good. So I forego using the orange cards because we're getting more orange, and I just use the 1 green Shuna card, which works out pretty well in our favor because we get almost a whole hand of orange and we have Beretta. So ignore me clicking on these, I just kind of want to see where my ult gauge would come and how far it would go. But we do have the orb change. It's still cheap because we haven't used it yet. So now we have a full hand of orange, which is perfect for damage. It's perfect because it's almost going to get Shuna to an ult, and it's going to get Gazel and Beretta to almost a double ult, which we don't need double ults on these units because if you don't kill them by turn 6, you're dead. And there goes your 3-star run. But it does increase the damage that we do with that last hit with Shuna, which is good. 4,000 on with her is fairly decent. So was that damage that we just took. So now we have Beretta's ult and Gazel's ult, but I only have 1 card for Shuna. And that nerfed card is not enough to get her ult. I mean, technically it could be, but also this is the last turn before we have to kill. So we have to plan ahead. So we're gonna bring in my support units to 1, open up some more cards, just so we can do more damage, because I have to use Shuna. Like, I have to have Shuna's ult. There is no doubt. So we're going to bring Millum in, and we're going to bring Space Rimuru in. That way, we can buff the ults with Millum and swap her out for Gazel. And then, we can buff at least Shuna and Gazel's ult again with Rimuru, and then get him out for Beretta. So we'll have 2 double buffed ults and 1 just regular ult. It's a tricky play, especially if you don't have dupes. I mean, yeah, Shuna's 88, Gazel's 84, and Beretta's 84. So they do hit a little harder than, your standard level 80 units, but it's not by that much of a margin. But you definitely need 3 ults, and the stronger the better. So we're going to use the stun dodge, because I cannot take the stun here, otherwise we're going to lose. And thankfully we have another Veldora gauge to bump our points back up to where we need it to be to use multiple buffs. So we're going to burn the Shuna cards, make sure that she gets her ult. And then, I don't know why I didn't click those again. Don't question it. I did it. Move past it. So we're going to send these. Joker, thank you. And we're doing crap damage. 1950 is not great. Now we've dodged the stun, don't worry about the attack debuff. Alright, so now we're set up. We have just enough points to do everything, so again, When I rewatched this clip, I almost freaked out on myself a little bit because I was like, you didn't use the Rimuru buff here and waste it. No, I'm just sitting here thinking. And I'm just going over and making sure what points I have available, because I have enough to use one other Gazel buff. And I had to decide which one. So right here, we buff the ult with Milim, because it affects the back line, and then we get Milim out of here and bring in our other main damage dealer, Gazel. And now we're going to actually buff the attack with Rimuru. And now I have a choice here. Do I buff the crit damage by 18% and pray that I crit? Or do I increase my crit chance and my attack, knowing that my attack isn't actually going to go up 24% because Rimuru's buff is higher, but I can increase my crit rate, which is what I go with, because there's no point in increasing crit damage if I'm not critting, and a crit here would definitely help more than anything else. So I go with that buff instead. So here we go. We have 2 double buffed ults. Gazel is buffed a little bit extra as well. We have Beretta's ult as well, and then we have 2 attacks. And this is where we send, because he either dies or we die. So this is for all the marbles right here. Beretta doesn't do anything really. I mean, 11,000 is pretty good. We've still gotten like 3 buffs with Veldora, so 11,000 is pretty good. 24,500 with Gazel was a lot less than I wanted, and he didn't crit, so I was kind of worried. But then Shuna comes through with 27,000, and these 2 follow-up attacks with a Pierce managed to take down the Orc. So this was a very RNG turn stage. I had a whole bunch of luck with card draw and having almost full hands of everything like 3 times. So I don't imagine replicating it anytime in the future for myself. But it is extreme. If you don't have the hand on the first draw, just reset. But now we've cleared it with 3 stars. I got my gold hammer. That is my team right there. Don't ask me why it's set up like that. Just trying to get attack stats. But there we go. Ravenous Chaos Master is cleared. Take it easy, guys. And I'll see you later.